digging into one of nature's most amazing predators, the dragonfly.
Absolutely. They might look, quite delicate flying around.
Right. But their hunting success is just, well, it's off the charts.
It really is.
Okay, so get this statistic. It's pretty wild. Dragonflies. They catch over 95% of the prey they actually pursue.
95%. That's,
Oh, wow.
yeah, almost flawless.
And they're doing this flying, what, up to 60 kilometers an hour sometimes? Zipping through swarms?
Exactly. I mean, nothing else in the animal kingdom really comes close to that aerial success rate.
And what's truly fascinating, you point out, is how ancient they are.
Oh, incredibly ancient. We're talking 325 million years old.
Yeah.
They were around long before dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yet their neurobiology, their flight systems, they operate on principles really only just starting to understand properly now.
So our mission here is to unpack how this ancient insect pulls off such incredible mid-air accuracy. It's all prediction, is it?
Prediction is key. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the vision then. Their visual system is, it's supreme. Imagine seeing the world almost in slow motion.
That's a good way to put it. They process visual information at something like 200 images per second.
200. And humans are what, maybe 60 on a good day?
Right, around 60. So a huge difference in processing speed.
And the hardware itself is impressive too, those huge eyes.
Massive compound eyes, yeah. Almost like a helmet. They can have up to 24,000 facets in each eye.
Giving them that near 360-degree view.
Pretty much, yeah. Sweeping vision. But the real magic, like you said, it's not just seeing, it's the brain function behind the seeing.
Right, because calculating where something will be, that takes serious processing. How does a tiny insect brain manage that?
Well, it's less about reaction and more about predictive anticipation. That's the core idea.
Okay.
So researchers found these specific neurons, target selective ones, and they get extra sensitive to spots just ahead of where the prey was moving.
Ah, okay. So they're not aiming where the fly is, but where it's going to be in the next instant.
Precisely. They calculate the intercept point and just fly straight there. Often the prey literally flies right into their grasp. They don't really chase, they intercept.
So their whole system, vision and brain, it's optimized for a hunt. They're basically programmed to win.
You could say that, yeah.
And speaking of the hunt, let's talk about the flight itself. Their physical abilities are just staggering.
Masters of flight, no question.
They can move in all 6 directions, right? Forward, back, up, down, sideways.
Correct. Total freedom of movement.
Yeah.
And the acceleration. Up to 9 Gs in those sharp turns.
9 Gs, That's fighter pilot level.
Exactly. What a trained human pilot endures in a high G maneuver, this insect does. Like, instantly.
How? Is it just the 4 wings?
The 4 independent wings are crucial, yes. They allow for different flight styles, like synchronized stroking for maximum thrust, think takeoff.
Okay, like flapping together hard.
Yeah. But then for hovering efficiently or making those tiny adjustments, they use something called counterstroking.
Counterstroke?
It means the front wings and the back wings beat exactly 180 degrees out of phase. One pair goes up while the other goes down.
Ah, and that stabilizes them, saves energy.
Precisely. It's aerodynamically clever. It cancels out disruptive forces, minimizes turbulence, makes hovering much more power efficient.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do it.
But you mentioned another technique, maybe the most surprising one, motion camouflage.
Ah, yes. Motion camouflage. This is really mind-bending. During a pursuit, they adjust their own flight path so cleverly that from the prey's perspective, the dragonfly appears to be stationary. It doesn't seem to be getting closer.
How is that even possible?
They track the target and then subtly shift their own position to keep the target locked onto the exact same spot on their retina. So relative to the background, they might be moving, but relative to the prey's eye, they look still.
Until it's too late.
Right up until the strike. It's like becoming invisible through physics and geometry.
Incredible. But, to really grasp this aerial predator, we need to remember where they spend most of their lives.
Absolutely. Underwater.
Yeah, years sometimes, right, as these underwater nymphs.
That's right. Incomplete metamorphosis. They can live as these gill-breathing aquatic predators, called nymphs or naiads, for up to 5 years, depending on the species. Molting again and again.
Fierce down there, too, I bet.
Oh, yes. Top predators in their little pond world. Before that final molt, and they emerge as the flying adult we see.
So what's the connection, then? Why is this ancient aquatic stage relevant for us, today, beyond just their life cycle?
Well, it turns out these dragonfly larvae are actually really important environmental tools now. They're crucial mercury bioindicators.
Bioindicators, meaning they show us pollution levels.
Exactly. Mercury, the neurotoxin, builds up in the food chain, since these nymphs are high up in the aquatic food chain.
They accumulate the mercury.
They do. And scientists have found that the levels of mercury in dragonfly larva tissue accurately reflect the mercury levels in the local fish and amphibians.
So instead of testing lots of fish, you can test these easier-to-sample larvae.
Precisely. They act as a useful surrogate. Gives us a good handle on potential risks to wildlife and, ultimately, to humans who might eat the fish from that water.
Wow! So they're ancient predators, computational wizards, and modern pollution detectors.
It's an amazing combination, isn't it? Which kind of brings us to a final, maybe slightly unsettling thought.
Oh.
If nature perfected this tiny flying machine 325 million years ago, what happens when modern bioengineering gets involved?
Okay, where are you going with this?
Well, engineers have actually created something called the Dragonfly.
Dragonfly. That sounds very sci-fi.
It kind of is. They've genetically modified dragonflies, adding light-sensitive steering neurons.
You're kidding?
Nope. And then they fit them with this tiny backpack, solar-powered, with a computer chip.
A backpack on a dragonfly.
A tiny one, yes.
Right.
And they can use light pulses to essentially pilot the dragonfly, turn it left, right, and make it fly on command.
So they've made a cyborg dragonfly drone.
Essentially, yeah. A living micro-aerial vehicle. It just shows, we're still trying to catch up to the engineering brilliance that evolution produced hundreds of millions of years ago.